It's your greetings, disruptors. Welcome back to Coaching Conversations with Selena, where we keep it real, we get shit done, and build a life and business we actually love. Yes, talking about you. And the goal and the topic for today is, are your goals for 2025 clear yet? That is the number one conversation, right? We're already in February 2025. So if your answer is kinda, not really, or I haven't even thought about it, then this episode is exactly what you need. So let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to read my notes here just so that I don't miss anything. Today, I'm walking you through a powerful, no fluff 45-minute goal setting exercise that will help you. Okay. And let me tell you about the things that it will help you be able to do. Um, we're going to reflect on what was most transformational for you in 2024. This is an exercise I did with all my friends in December and early January to help get them on track as well. And now I'm doing it for you. You're my friends, right? We get each other? Good. So we're going to reflect on what was most transformational for you in 2024. We're going to do a brain dump of everything you want to achieve in 2025 without overthinking it. Identify your big audacious goal, the one you actually want to do that really, really matters, that's deep down inside that you want to make happen. We'll break your goals down into quarters so you know exactly what to focus on and map out your first steps so you can start strong, all with my help. Because let's be clear, let's be real with each other. If you don't have clarity, you're always setting yourself up for a waste of time, money, energy in 2025. And we are not playing small anymore at all. So grab your notebook if you're listening to me live or if you're listening to it on the replay. You need a notebook or open your notes app, whatever works for you, and let's do this doggone thing. Okay. So let's talk about what we're going to do first. Um, what was most transformational for you in 2024? I'm going to take about 5 minutes. And you can pause. Remember, as you're watching, you can pause this and come back to it. If you're watching live with me, just listen to hear what's going on. And then when you watch it again, you're gonna actually pause the video and then come back. This is a hack that I've learned that I'm growing into and I'm practicing because I'm a lifelong learner and I love taking in information. But sometimes when you do all that taking in of information, it doesn't really sit and you don't really implement. So we're going to change the game on how we learn and how we get things done in 2025. We're going to learn one thing and then we're going to implement it. Right after you learn it, you're going to implement it. I'm going to come back and tell you about what I learned and all those things. And then I'm going to want you to go off and implement as well. And the reason being when you do that, then it sticks more. So it's not about just taking notes. It's not about just being in the room. It's about taking what you learned and also go implement before you move on to something new or new information. Because then if not, it keeps you stagnant and you're just taking in more information, you get overwhelmed, you still don't know where to start. So action that's going to happen with this today and to get you squared away, we're gonna learn it, we're gonna take it in, and then you're gonna go do it. So you got to make space and make room for what you learn to implement it. Okay. So part of this while we're going is after you listen in today live, the next time you schedule time to work on this. You're going to schedule time to work on this if you're not doing it along with me. And you're going to be stopping the video and doing the doggone thing so you can implement it and do what you've said you're going to do. Okay. All right, let's get started. So I'm going to take about 5 minutes and look back. You have to reflect. In order to move forward, you need to reflect on what you've already done. Um, and that really helps you get clear. Clarity comes from understanding where you've been. And I'm not trying to hold you in the past. I'm just want you to look at if you put 2024 in perspective and what was most transformative for you. And it could be good or bad, right? Because there is lessons in going through some things and some challenges and all of the things. 2024 was a very extremely tough year for me. Um, some of it's so personal that I just can't even talk about it yet, but I will because I know that things are not happening to me. They're happening for me to be able to help others. So take this time right now while I'm kind of talking to you, and you're going to pause if you're looking at this on the replay, and you're gonna ask yourself, and just take about 5 minutes. Let it sit with you when you look back over 2024. What was the most transformational moment or lesson for you in 2024? What changed you, shifted you, or made you see things differently? Don't forget to hit pause. And what I did was I set my timer for 5 minutes, so I didn't want to go over what that was. And for me, mine, think I've had more than one. I had a notebook where I went through and did this exercise, and because I've been gone for about 7 weeks, I don't have it in front of me, which is really, it bothers me a little bit, but I'll come back to it. Um, but in real time, as you're doing it, if I think about what was most transformational for me, it wasn't necessarily, this really was um, coming to the understanding that I've been labeled as having a disability. That was most transformative, and really figuring out who I am in this season. Um, I had a hard time with that. Yeah, and so I'm working through it because I got a lot of goals, dreams, and desires that I also want to bring to life. Yeah, so that would be it for me. If you are open to sharing what came up for you, I would love for you to drop it in the comments, and I'll respond. Absolutely, I will respond, and share any insights, feedback if you have questions around that. Yeah, because that's going to shape potentially where you want to go based upon that transformation. It's either going to, you're probably going to shrink from it if it was something that wasn't ideal, or you're going to grow from it, right? And in coaching, we want to help you to grow and push you forward. So that's why we're going to get clear in 2025. All right. So now the next thing, you got your pen. So thinking about 2025, we're already in February. Some people consider this the first quarter. This is really the fourth quarter for me of 2024 because I take the winter off. I tend to go inward and hibernate because I follow the rhythm of nature. And it's a practice. I'm getting better and better at it, but it works for me. The winter time does not serve me. I hate cold and all of that. So that's part of it. So um, depending on how you look at it. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take 10 minutes. So you're going to set your timer again for exactly 10 minutes without interruption. And now we're going to reflect on moving forward, right, for 2025. And what are all the goals that you have that you want to accomplish? They can be personal, financial, health, business, anything. It's not too big or small because you're not overthinking it. You're not trying to solution it and say, I'm not going to be able to do this and I'm not going to be able to do that. Maybe your goal might happen over months or more than a year to do. Okay. But write it all down. So I don't have a timer sound, but I'll probably need to get me one. But go ahead and set your timer for 10 minutes. Pause the recording while you do that and plot it out. What's that look like for you? Okay. And I'll wait. I'll wait a little bit. Okay. And I'll just tell you a couple of mine, because I do happen to have those in there. Just some key highlights. Financial literacy, increasing my financial literacy, And there are a number of things that are on there regarding that. One of them is working on my business credit, bookkeeping, and knowing my numbers. I'm actually going to join a membership that will help me do that. Then there's my travel and joy that I want to have and things I want to do. International travel, going to visit LA, visit my son, Nevada. I've got friends there. Florida, Sedona. Those are some areas that I like to visit often because I got people there, got my tribe. And then my joy is golf. I'm considering joining Sisters Across America. I love their platform and what they're doing. Um, and roller skating, I haven't been able to get to that like I would like. And another thing in joy is just always increasing my time with family and friends. That's something that's extremely important to me as well. And then in my business, getting me what business coach am I going to work with this year, or am I going to continue working with the business coach in the communities that I'm already in for personal development? That's a commitment to myself that I have. And actually, I've already done that, creating a business plan. Some of you may know I'm a founder of another business, Midwest Way, and I want to get the business plan for that put together and all of that. And so that's just some of the things that are on my list. And also practice my sales framework and technique and what that looks like and really master it. And then the other one around sales, I'm working on my personal development for storytelling, because I'm learning that that's really what marketing is really about, really telling my story and honing in on that. So that's another area as well. All right. So keep going on the 10 minutes if you're not there yet. All right. And so then what's going to come up there? Look at your list. What stands out? What gets you the most excited or even a little scared? That's a really good thing, believe it or not. That's what we're diving into next, once you have that list completed. Okay. So step 3 is identify your big audacious goal from your list. Like, what is the thing that you truly desire? Choose one big audacious goal. Like, it scares you, or it makes your heart pump and feel funny, or something about it. Is it exciting but slightly intimidating? Something you truly want, not what you should want. All right, we're not doing this for other people. We're doing this just for you. Okay. Big enough that it forces you to grow. You want to expand. It's probably the thing that you've been thinking about for years and don't believe you can have it, or for whatever reason. And let me just tell you, when that happens, it's probably due to scarcity, right? That you don't believe that you can be abundant or that you're worthy of whatever that thing is. And that's just not true. Scarcity is a lie. This is a big world that's full of abundance, and you can have whatever you desire. Okay, that might sound pie in the sky, but we're going to talk a little bit about that more. Okay. All right. So now that you've identified that big, audacious goal, however long, that should be about 2 minutes to unpack, because you know it's on there. You've been sitting with it long enough, right? Let's go for it. Got it now. Let's break it down into something you can actually execute on. Because let me tell you something. We're not playing small. Y'all know what's going on in the world and how it's moving today. So we're going to put blinders on and work on our business. I talk about this all the time, minding your own business, the business of you, being the CEO of you, right? Because that is literally only the only thing that's in your control. If you're here and you're following on my channel, you want to keep it real with yourself, and you want me to keep it real with you. Um, and so what we're going to do, we're going to take that big audacious goal that you've got, and mine really is to open my sandwich shop. open my sandwich shop in 2025, ideally. However, we're going to see how that goes because we got stuff we're doing over here in the coaching space, and we're scaling here and all of those beautiful things and just getting our ducks in a row. But one of the things I do want to do is at least get started on the low-hanging fruit that'll help me get to the sandwich shop, like the business plan. So that's one thing that I could start to work on now. And so when you look at your list of goals and they're all over the place because you just did a brain dump, we're not going to start solutioning it and thinking about the how and the why or the what. You don't need to do any of that yet. What you're going to do is you're going to put it in quarters. You're going to look at each item and you'll mark what quarter that you can work on that item in, right? Some things are going to be more than others. So you're going to do that for everything that's on your list. Because you might be able to make it, or as you look at it, you might realize, no, we can't do that yet. If it ties to your big audacious goal, because that's the one we're really going to go for. Because let me tell you something, life's too short to not do the things that you really want to do. You've been walking around on this earth long enough to know that, and you can have it. So if you got the scarcity mindset, it is a lie. So we're going to crush it today because we're going to map out the strategy for you to make that happen. Now, it's probably going to take some twists and turns and things like that, but it's based on a decision. Today is the day that you decide that this is what you're going to do. Go for all the marbles. Why not? You're going to spend that time anyway. And you've probably spent that time doing something you don't want to do and being miserable. And now it's in your hands because nobody's coming to save you. You are the person that you've been waiting for. And we probably hear that a lot, but you got to let that sink in and know that, right? Because you see what's happening in the world now. So this is the time to lock in and get focused, especially now, because we got shit to do. So let me know in the comments if you committing to it and you're going to do it and take control of what you desire. Nobody's coming to save you on that. This is the mission, the vision, or the goals that you've been given, and you're the blueprint. So you may not see it from somebody else out there doing it because they're not supposed to be doing it. You're supposed to be doing it. Okay. And so you're going to put what comes in the first quarter. That could be if you're looking at the first quarter starting in January. If you haven't already started, then February and March, and probably bleeding it a little bit into April. And you're just going to put Q1, Q2, or January through March, or you can put by the month, whatever works for you. This is your goal sheet. There, however you want to manage it. I'm just giving you some guidelines, right? Okay. And then you're gonna, once you get all of that together, after we've categorized where things are gonna go, um, and let me know if you need more time. I slotted out 5 minutes because you don't want to overthink it. You already naturally kind of know. You know your life, you know your schedule. So you're just going to put those things. And I use a colored pen. I use all four colors. So I might have what I put in the list in one color, and this list it actually was in purple. I used a different colored pen altogether. And then for the Q assignments and where things were going to go, I put them in green because that means that's good. I don't need to rethink it. Or you can use a pencil if you want to erase. Okay. And so you're going to map out what's happening in Q1, all the things on your list, what's happening in Q2, and they may move around on the board, but that's okay. So that's fine, right? What needs to happen first? What's next once you lay the foundation? Where do you scale or push forward? You can outline it in that way. What's the final stretch to finish strong and put it in the quarters by that, depending on what you have on your list. All right. Once you organize your goals like this, they feel so much more doable, right? You're not trying to fit it all in. You've actually got a strategy and a plan of what that looks like. And it could be multiple things on this list that tie to your like big financial goal. Like I said, financial literacy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 categories of things that fit in the financial literacy. So I'm going to do a little bit probably in the first of the year, which is where most of it kind of falls, but it's getting started stuff. So think about it kind of in that way as well. And then what we're going to do next, so the fifth step is outline your first actions, right? This is our last step, but let's take action. So on the exercise, you're going to write down the first three things you need to do to start your big audacious goal in Q1, right? Because you've agreed with me by this time that this is what we're going to do. We're going to work towards a big audacious goal. Okay. So for me, on my restaurant, the first thing that I want to do is lay out the business plan because it defines everything. It defines the goals, it defines the strategy, like all of those things for the Midwest way. So I'm going to do that. All right. And so you write it down and just keep it simple. Do not overwhelm yourself. What is the first step? And maybe the first step for you is maybe you don't have a template for whatever you want to do, and you need to go find the template. Keep it really simple. Like write like you're talking to a fifth grader and all the things that you need to tell them to do, or maybe even a 5-year-old, right? You got to tell them specific things that they want to do. Put it in bite-sized pieces for you, because that's going to be your outline, right? If you don't know what to do first, maybe write down research. Do you need to do some research? Do you need to figure that out? So maybe you're going to spend some time in one of the AI tools like ChatGPT or Gemini or something like that and have it help you. And it can even create the outline for you if you don't have a good understanding of what you need to do next. Research could be the first thing to give you more information and also help you put that plan and strategy together. Okay? Does that make sense? All right. And give yourself 5 to 15 minutes. You don't want to make this a total science project yet, right? Because you just want to get through those 1 to 3 steps that you need to do first as well. Okay. And then you'll just continue to build upon that. How's that feel? How's that sound at the thought of recognizing that you're going to do that? Okay. I want to come over, check my page, see if there are any comments out there. Anyone joined me live? All right. No one's here live. I know I did join a little late today, but that is okay. All right. And let's see, what else do I have to tell you? Got a couple of announcements for you. Depending on when you watch this, it may already be launched. I'm launching a free community, and it's going to be called the DisruptHer Abundance and Expansion Circle, and it'll be on school. It isn't there yet. It's coming. So it may be there by the time you get to this message to do your goals. And if it is, there's going to be a link down below in the description. So you can click the link to join. However, if you're hearing this and it's not there yet, go ahead and comment abundance and expansion. And when you do that, or you can just use either word, abundance or expansion, whichever one feels good to you, we'll send you a link to join once it's ready. Okay, so we don't want to forget about you. Um, yeah, so let me tell you a little about that. If you're interested, I told you to comment, and this could be on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you are to personally join the link, or the link itself will be there for you to join. But we'll send it to you either way. So no need to overthink it, right? Just drop that in the comments. All right. So that's it for today. I'd love for you to let me know what clarity you got out of this, how this helped you create your plan, and tell me when you're taking action. So tell me what that big audacious goal is and that you're going to take action on. Now, if you've decided you're still not there yet and you're not going to work on the big audacious goal, because that really should be your focus. Um, because that's what you desire and you can have it. But if you're not, tell me what you decided. Tell me where you're going to go first. What else you're going to work on. Tell me, hey, it's not my big audacious goal, but this is why I decided to do this first. And let's talk about it. Okay? All right. All right. Um, I love to see you go all in. So this is the final thing I want you to do. I want you to subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, we're getting ready to get really meaty up in this joint, right? And doing the things. And thank you for watching and tuning in. We're locking in to really make some things happen in 2025. All right, so subscribe, like, drop your big audacious goals in the comments for me, okay? And until next time, this is what I want you to do. I want you to stay bold, stay disruptive, and let's make shit happen in 2025. Thank you.